Today we have a talented songwriter from one of the most interesting bands making noise here in South Florida. We have Wouters from the Deaf Poets.
How you doing?
Thanks for being on the show.
Definitely, man.
What got you into music? What started it all off?
Well, actually, I never was into sports when I was a little kid, so my mom was like, oh, you got to do something. So she forced me into classical guitar into early age. I was in elementary school, and I kind of just stuck with it. I really loved elementary school, classical guitar, I would say. And then that kind of led into, I guess, me doing electric guitar eventually in high school.
So you just loved the lessons, you just took to them right away?
Well, I mean, at first I didn't like it, but it definitely got me out of sports.
Right. So.
I didn't have to do any of that, so it was fun. And then I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was definitely something interesting because my brother and my sister were doing sports, and I was like, oh, I get to do art and music, so it was different.
Do you remember your first guitar?
I do, actually, yeah. I remember I went to Sam Ash when I was still there,
yeah.
Remember? On 83rd, yeah, 836 or whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's off the Palmetto, right?
Yeah, it was there.
Right, yeah.
But I remember
think
coming.
It's still there.
Yeah, so actually, coincidence, I just restrung it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
It's an old Angelica, like classical nylon guitar. I remember getting it for like $70. And I remember it fell apart in pieces, and then just recently I was like, oh, let me just put it back together for fun. And I actually put it back together for my niece. I'm going to try to teach her classical
guitar. Oh, that's
guitar.
great.
Yeah, start her early. She's 5, so real young.
That's great. Well, you have a great feel when you're playing. I love to hear you play. So.
Thank you, man.
So do you remember the first record that you bought? What was the thing that got you into wanting to go from just playing into actually making up your own music?
Oh, well, it was funny because the first real record I actually got was handed down from my sister. My mom and dad loved disco. They were super into disco. My dad loved Bob Dylan and Rolling Stones, but was really, into dance and disco and Bee Gees. My sister one day, she's like, I remember, I'll never forget, she's like, hey, I think you'd like this. And she gave me 2 Led Zeppelin CDs. And it was of their greatest hits, it was like, of course, Stairway to Heaven or
right.
Over the Hills and Far Away, Communication Breakdown, all the the fun hits. And that really made me want to kind of get away from the rules. Because classical guitar, I love it. I love music theory, all the ideas behind it, but there are rules, And then when it comes to electric guitar, as well as being in a rock band, there is no rules.
Right, right. So
which is that kind of what took me into the whole songwriting thing.
Uh-huh. So you make your own rules, make your own songs.
Yeah.
Reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Page does that.
Yeah, Jimmy Page is virtuoso. He's good at everything.
Yeah. So, amazing.
Yeah.
Do you do alternate tunings with the songs?
Yeah, well, in the first album, 4150, we have one song, which is in, it's like, I think in E minor or something, if I'm correct. And then our new EP that we're working on now actually has 2 alternative tunings and some songs. We're trying to, Nico's actually pushing me. He's like, oh, dude, we got to do something different. Can't be drop D. Let's just do something different.
Yeah,
so
there's so many cool different options you can play around with.
So many options.
But then you have to have so many guitars.
Of course, that's
if
true.
You're doing a show because you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, that was always the excuse. It's like, oh, I didn't want to be that guy that have to like change change guitars between every song.
Right.
So,
But it would be the problem.
Right. I guess the good excuse is that I get to have more guitars, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So. This is a what is this one here?
It's a fake hummingbird. It's built in the '60s, and it's by this guy Nakigami. Yeah, it's Nippon Gaki, and incredible. It's actually completely handmade. And it sounds just like a real hummingbird, just 1/10 the price.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, but it sounds good. It has a very rich, full sound.
Yeah, sounds great. I love it. Yeah, and I love what you guys do with the the guitar textures that you do and the music that you guys make, and you'll take it, you'll go creating a mood.
Okay,
that's. And I'm wondering if like go from like something dangerous to something more delicate.
Yeah.
And do you do that? Is that where the song comes from, or do you have a song and then you bring it to the band or bring it to you guys?
It's always different. Always kind of a mix. Sometimes it'll actually just come from a jam and kind of just right from the spirit of it all. It might be a riff that actually Nico thought of. Like I'm trying to really push him in the band. He's not just a drummer. He really does take 50% in writing all the music, the lyrics, the melodies.
So he plays guitar?
Yeah. He's not that good, but he's an amazing. I'm just kidding. He's an amazing songwriter, and he's been working with me on
awesome.
developing that together. Because we started that together. We came from a past band, and I was always a rhythm guitar player, and he was just always a drummer. And then we really ended up changing our roles and really adapting from there, and now becoming songwriters. And now I'm a lead guitarist because there's no other guitarist.
Right, yeah, you're the whole thing.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
musical
exactly.
output.
Exactly.
Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
First song I wrote, yeah, I did. I was in elementary school though.
Can you play a little of that?
I think it was really like
That's okay.
3 notes.
All right, let's hear
I
it.
was like that was it. It was. And I remember I wrote that. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And I was in 4th grade, and I came home to my mom. I was like, I just wrote this, Mom. And I remember I wrote it on the notes
You
on
wrote
the
the notes
sheet
out.
paper and
Oh,
stuff.
that's so interesting.
I was very proud.
It's fascinating that you would write a song as a kid
Yeah.
and actually write out the notes.
Yeah.
How old were you when you?
Well, in 4th grade, I mean, that was a
Okay.
good question. I was probably like 8.
You're
let's
4th
say,
grade,
I think.
okay.
I would assume when I was right around that age, 8, 7. I think I got introduced at 7, at 8. Yeah, I was around that age, I think.
So, what was the first song that you wrote that you felt like, okay, I'm getting the idea of how to write a song?
Funny, I was in a past band called the Bends, and I'd like to think that was the first real band I was in where I had a real role and I had to actually write music and so on. And I remember writing this one song, and it was kind of like a funky beat. I couldn't even play it right now anymore. But it had like a really cool vibe, and I was very proud of it because I remember showing it to my friend Philip at the time, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I wrote this," and it had a very like cream kind of chorus, like White Room, that
Yes.
song, kind of like had that vibe, and I guess it got influenced because we actually covered that song in the band, and that was
That's
like
how
my
it
first
usually
taste.
will happen, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
cover a band. Hey, I wrote this song. Oh, it's kind of like that, but it's different.
Yeah, I remember he wrote a song, and I was a big fan of it, and it was called Love Is Blind, and it had a very similar vibe to that Who song. It was like, it was like, can't explain,
Right.
can't explain. That
Yeah,
song, so it had a very similar vibe to that.
Cool.
But it was cool.
I was talking to other songwriters about their technique, and they'll actually like take a song that they love. Let's like I Can't Explain by the Who, for example, and then they'll reverse engineer it and try and make something with the same passion and energy as the Who. Which good luck with that. But
Yeah, that's hard. Just break your instrument, I guess.
yeah. So tell me a little bit about the 4150 record, how that came to be, where the songs came from.
Okay.
And your favorite song from that record.
All right. Well, I'll start it off with my favorite song. It's actually "Cold Cold Thieves," and that was a song that I actually rewrote like maybe 5 or 6 times. I will remember I was actually with Patrice Kramer and Nico, and we were at South Beach Music Studios. You remember that? And we had room 305. Pretty incredible. So I remember going there. I worked at Urban Outfitters when it was still on South Beach.
Yeah.
I get off and I would bike over there at night, and no one would be there, and I would work on the song. And I did that I think 4 or 5 times. Rewrote it completely, and then it ended up turning into what it is now. Kind of like a post-rock feel at the end with Nico and stuff.
Love to hear a little bit of that. If you
Sure, yeah, I'll play it. Can I borrow your capo?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
You got it.
Yeah, this song had a lot of interesting stories that came with it. Some people had this one guy told me, and he was like, dude, I was about to kill myself, and this song kind of saved me. And it was not a joke. This is really, I was like, whoa, okay.
The music is powerful, man.
Yeah. Oh, mama, quit your cussing and shouting. Can't you see I'm lost and very broken hearted? I know I'm young, yet feel so old. Let me let you be on your own. Slowly but surely, the wheels keep on turning. Oh, mama, don't you cry, I'm just a simple little lie. I hear you calling me to come on home. I hear you calling me to come on home. Yo, called it alone. I'm only for the same old song to save me from all the dark days coming forth, and now I need you. How I miss you. So a little bit.
Really nice, man.
Thanks.
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned Patrice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to work with him on my last full-length album,
Okay.
Beachfront Defeat.
Yeah, I remember him mentioning that to me.
Yeah, and he just such a great, just a musical soul.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know, like incredible, talented guy.
Just great person, and a little bit like I don't know, like rough and tumble, like Han Solo, let's
Yes,
say.
yeah.
Where, the biggest heart in the world.
Yeah.
But sometimes he'd be a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And direct.
Exactly. He had weird ways of showing love, but he was a very, very loving person.
Yeah, very loving person, and
very real.
yeah, it's great. It's great that we both got the opportunity to know him and work with him. He passed away.
Yeah.
For those watching home, he passed away. So, but I wanted to bring him into this because that's a connection of ours.
Yeah, definitely. I met him through you. That's true.
Yeah, great person, and just one of the best mix guys on the planet.
Yeah, like legendary. Yeah.
His years were amazing.
To say the least, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about the other record.
Okay. Oh, Lost in Magic City.
Yeah.
Well, that's our following record. It's Lost in Magic City because it was fully influenced by Miami, and we love Miami. It's been she's been very good, or he, whatever you want to call it, been very good to us.
You never know.
Yeah, right. He, she, whatever. So we wanted to give a little homage called Lost in Magic City, and it's a very good representation of what we wanted our sound and what we wanted our music to be. 4150 was more a collection of singles, I'd like to think. Nico and I were really discovering who we are musically, how we were writing. There were tons of influences. If you heard like from soft acoustic to like more heavier kind of rockabilly. And this one really has like an actual tone that I'd like to say is coherent throughout the whole album. Kind of a journey, you start the first song and then you end at the end, and it does sound like an album, so I'm happy with that.
That's great. Yeah, albums need to take you on a journey.
Exactly, yeah.
What albums made you want to make that kind of a record?
I became a Beatles fan really late into it, like super late into it. I was always a Stones fan, and I just recently got really into like the White Album, funny enough, and I've been listening to it from like everything that George Harrison wrote is like from While My Guitar Gently Weeps. When I hear that song makes me cry.
That's a great song.
And
that's a great record.
Yeah.
But it I don't know, it's almost, the White Album is kind of, it's such a multiple personality disorder record.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
It doesn't, like you said, that you guys found your sound and you were kind of, it's really kind of cohesive. It takes you on a journey where, and then the White Album is such a, like,
slap in the face.
Yeah, it's a different experience altogether. Than that kind of a thing. And as a songwriter, who would you say your biggest influences, like writing wise?
Writing wise, I mean, when it comes to guitar, for sure, it's Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. I'd like to say, when it comes to like how his articulation between like certain pieces, from like riffs to like heavier kind of down tempo kind of pieces, I would like to say from there. My actual songwriting though, like more lyric wise and stuff, kind of derives from, I would say, newer things right now. I mean, I'm a humongous Bob Dylan fan from my dad. His lyrics kind of go everywhere. Yeah. So I would like to say I pay more attention to lyrics with him, but then when it comes to melodies and things like that, I actually derive that from artists that I'm really into now. I mean, an example would be like Bon Iver. Bon Iver, I like to say his falsetto, as well as like the more softer songs, is what influenced the softer music I like to write. The Black Angels, they really got my more like darker kind of rockabilly kind of aspect.
Very moody, yeah.
Yes,
I definitely get that
moody
influence with what you guys do. The guitar textures and things like that. It really just takes you on a journey for sure.
Yeah.
But those are all great contemporary people who write really cool stuff.
So take a mix of the classics, but I love new music. I'm really trying to be influenced by new music as well.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're influenced by, just so I can stay in the time.
Stay in the time. Yeah, that's important to do. Do you normally start with a riff, or do you start with, how do you write? Like,
Good. Sometimes I'll be in the car and I'll just be like singing a melody, and then that melody will kind of stay, and then I'll try to write something in that kind of key, and then you know, it could also, but then
grab
also
the iPhone and start
yes.
singing?
Oh my God, how many
Voice
audio
memos?
files? Or so many. I have like 300 in my
Right.
phone. I have to like, oh Nico, I have this really good idea, and I have to like
Yes.
keep listening to all these, and it's really funny. Sometimes I'll even have ones where I'm like rapping, and you know, gotta make it fun, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I'll do the same thing, a riff. I'll be like, doom, 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 something in my mind, whatever it is, and I'll think of an interesting drum beat, and I'll literally just like be beatboxing it on my phone, you know?
And you drive when
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
coming a lot of times?
A lot of
'Cause
times.
people will say that they'll be driving, doing something else,
Yeah.
or, you know, like
Yeah.
where you're not focusing on writing.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I guess maybe the pressure's off. It just sort of jumps in your own
Yeah, it
brain.
makes sense. I feel like when you're in the driver's seat, you're so like in control, so it kind of like maybe switches something in your brain. Like I'm in control now. I'm like kind of in this rhythm, and then you feel that vibe, you know, that comes out or whatever it is. At least that's for me.
No,
you
it
know?
makes sense. Makes sense for sure.
You do listen to a lot of music in the car though. So,
You do.
You know, that kind of can also
So all
like,
that stuff is floating around,
that's
and
true.
then
Yeah.
kind of absorbing it, and then
Exactly.
boom, something
Yeah.
comes out.
Boom.
Do you believe that songs exist already? Like with Bob Dylan, I feel like he's almost an angel sent to us, to give us. He's the vehicle to give
Yeah.
us these songs, these
I think it's
awesome
possible.
songs. That, I mean, they just, especially in the early days, it seems like he was writing so much and just coming through him.
Yeah.
These songs, you know,
Yeah.
They were like gifted to him.
Yeah, no, they just don't stop. Yeah.
Do you have like any songs you've written that were just completely inspired? Like the amount of time it takes to play the song, it took to write it.
You know, it's funny. Yes. On Lost in Magic City, one of the songs called Indigo, and it's a super simple song. And I
Want to
wrote.
play a little of that?
Yeah, sure.
Drop D, ladies and gentlemen.
But I wrote the song. I remember I was in the bath. I was in the kitchen, and my mom and my sister were there, and they were talking, not paying attention. I just started like humming this song, and I'm like, oh my God! And I left. I'm like, I'll be right back. And I went upstairs, grabbed my acoustic guitar, and I literally was like just literally doing this, and then like all of a sudden the melody came in, and then I wrote all the lyrics with it, and then the chorus, and then I showed Nico, and we wrote it in like 5 minutes. You know? I see her standing there with her big blue eyes and her long blonde hair. I see no fear in marking my ways, in touching those tender lips like they're my own prey. Animalistic I may be, I only foresee we walking down that lonely beach. You're naked, warm inside my dream. Come right over, come on over here and give it to me. Come right over, come right over here and give it to me.
Cool.
Little snippet.
Yeah, nice. It's like those inspired songs, you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of just
They just pop out of nowhere. Yeah.
out of nowhere and just take you over.
Yeah.
What we do on this show,
Okay.
in that same spirit,
Yeah.
is I like to try and invite the guests
Okay.
to write a song in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I
Just
heard.
to kind of get out of your own way. If you're up for it, I can break out the hourglass, which is actually a half an hourglass, right here.
Ooh.
And we can try and write this song in 30 minutes.
I would love to. Hell
All right,
yeah.
here we go. We'll see you in 30 minutes. All right, we did it.
Yeah, we did.
And we still have time left.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, great. So we wrote a song, and it's called
Stay.
Stay. Okay. Let's see if we can try and play it here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. hear the rain there. It's nice.
Oh yeah, romantic. Won't you be my friend? Won't you be my friend? Walking this dark and desolate wasteland, reaching for your hand.
And I've been waiting for so long. I've been searching for the song. I've been trying to find a way to you. In these dark and lonely days, I'm just trying to stay awake. Tell me that it's not too late.
Stay away with us. Don't go away. Won't you stay awake? Don't go away. Won't you stay awake? Won't you be my friend? And won't you be my friend? Feel you stand next to me. Hear me sing this song. You,
I've been waiting for so long. I've been searching for the song. I've been trying to find a way to you. In these dark and lonely days, I'm just trying to stay awake. Tell me that it's not too late.
stay away with us. Don't go away. Won't you stay away? Don't go away. Won't you stay away? Don't go away. Won't you stay away?
Don't go away.
Won't you stay
away? Don't go away. No,
Don't go away. Won't you stay?
All right.
All right, man.
Nice work, man.
Dude, definitely, dude. It was fun.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, man. I had a good time. Thank you. Wait, to Patrice, right?
Yeah, wave to Patrice. Thank you,
Patrice, man.
Patrice.
Definitely,
Amen.
man. Amen.
Well, until we meet again, thanks for watching.
adventure. Sing-song.